Hello everyone, Robert Visitation here and welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a good one. We're going to talk about that devastating liver shot. Yes, that left hook to the liver. We're going to talk about the effects of it. We're going to talk about the perfect placement for it. And we're going to give you a couple good examples on how to set that up. We also have a couple clips that we're going to show you too, so you can see how devastating that is and how it works. One of them was one of our fighters just won a title fight this past weekend with the liver shot. And I'm going to swallow my pride a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I lost a North American title fight with that perfectly placed liver shot as well. So let's get started. All right, guys, so we're going to talk about that devastating liver shot. Now, the liver is the largest gland in your body, and it sits right in this area here, right behind that floating rib on the right rib cage. It holds a lot of blood as well. So when you get hit in it, it can disrupt that blood flow to your brain, get you disoriented, you collapse. There's lots of nerve endings there as well. So when you get hit in it, it can cause like a temporary paralysis where your body just kind of shuts down for a second. Now, good thing about it is hurts like crazy at first, but in about a minute, you're fine. However, if you're in a professional fight, you've got a 10 count to get it together. And most of the times you can't do it. So that's kind of the effects of that liver shot. Now, when I was talking about where the liver is kind of placed, it's right there. So if you can get a good shot right there on the floating rib or right below the floating rib coming in an upwards direction, it's going to be a good day for you. So when we're talking about that liver shot, we've got to set that liver shot up. And I'm going to show you a couple clips here in a bit. Also, one of our fighters, Jason All Smiles Ramirez, that won his title fight this past weekend with the liver shot. He kind of drives up on his. Now, what he did on setting that up is we were in a kickboxing fight in this particular one. So he threw a good leg kick. He dropped it down and he's already chambered. Look, my body's already twisted and chambered. And then he just threw it straight up at an angle, not straight up, but up at an angle right up under that floating rib. Dropped his opponent twice and won the fight. So fight got called off. In my case, another video here, I just came off a spinning bag fist where I caught Curtis with my forearm. So I got a warning for it. When we walked back up, I was going to touch gloves and he didn't. He kind of threw a little short right jab. So I kind of raised my hand up and bent over and he caught me right on the side. Really didn't catch me up under the floating rib as Jason caught his opponent this past weekend, but he caught me right on the side and just enough to put me down in almost a paralysis. I dropped down and I just couldn't get it back together, and it knocks the wind out of you and everything else. It's a crazy punch. So now, when we're throwing that left hook and that liver shot, we want to make sure we're throwing it with a lot of power. If we throw a liver shot or that left hook with just the arm, you're probably not going to get the result that you're looking for. So in able to get that result we're looking for and get the most amount of power and to be the most effective with that left hook, that liver shot, we need to engage our hips in our body, okay? So if we're standing at this position here and say we're doing a defensive liver shot, they throw the jab, they throw the jab or they throw that right hand, and we're going to dip to the left as we chamber up. This hand's going to be home, and then we're going to drive with our hips, boom, through that shot. Once I dip, most of my weight is on my lead leg, right? So when I'm chambering back, I'm going to pivot on my toes here. I'm going to engage those hips, and then we're going to have a good, boom, hard left hook to the liver, a good liver shot. Now, there's a couple ways to throw this liver shot. We can do it defensive or we can do it offensive. If we're doing it defensive, it's typically going to come off the jab or the right hand from your opponent. your opponent is going to throw that left jab. We're going to dip to the left, just as we talked. Most weight's on that left foot. We're going to drop. We're chambered already, and we're going to engage those hips, boom, and throw that left hook right at that floating rib area, okay? Now, if we are throwing it on an offensive situation, we're going to be doing things to kind of get their hands up, right? To try to raise them elbows out of that protective area for that liver shot right there. So, in able to do that, we need to be throwing our jabs. We need to be throwing our 1-2s, throw that right hand. And when you start seeing them, they can typically have their hands home here. And when you start throwing those headshots, they'll start raising those up. Now, when you start seeing those being raised consistently, every time you come in, they're either throwing them right there or they're backing up. That's when you're going to get ready to throw that liver shot. So you throw your 1-2 and they back up or maybe raise those elbows right there out of that protective area. Then we're going to do it again. And most likely, they're going to throw those elbows up again. So we're going to go 1-2, dip down, chamber, hand home, boom, and throw that left hook to the liver also on that one. As you see in a clip we're going to show right here, there's one of our fighters, Jason Ramirez, who just won a title fight this past weekend with the liver shot. Actually, the second liver shot in the same fight, and he was down for the count. But you'll see where he, because it was a kickboxing fight, was getting him thinking of other things. We had already started working those hands up to the head, and he was already starting to raise those hands. And then we started giving him other things to think about. So we started throwing those leg kicks right there, those leg kicks on this side. So what has that got him doing? It's got him raising his hands for the jabs. It's got him starting to check with that knee. And what is that doing? It's leaving this whole liver area open. So as you saw in Jason's clip we just showed, he comes in, he throws the liver shot. He throws the leg kick, which he's worried about the leg. He raises it up, starts to put his hand out, boom, into fight right there. In my case, when I got hit with a liver shot, it was kind of the same thing. I just got warned because I threw a spinning back fist and actually kind of was going inwards at the same time, kind of caught him with my forearm, and that's not legal in kickboxing at that time. So what happened is they came back, they gave me a warning. I said, okay, sorry. Went back up, was going to touch gloves. He threw a little right jab, and I kind of just covered up, and then boom, the liver shot came in there, and it was just devastating to me. Shocked the body, fell straight to the ground, rolled around a little bit in some pain, and that was not fun. But anyway, we're going to just do a couple more of these liver shots with a full body so you can kind of see what we're doing. We're coming in, we're going the jab, the right. On this one here, we're going to throw the jab, the right, and then we're going to throw that left hook to the body as it comes in. Remember, most of my weight's on this front leg. I'm going to go up to that, put most of the weight on that the toes so I can pivot, boom, and throw that left hook right there, right at that floating rib on the right side. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Subscribe to us so you can see all the past videos and all my future videos coming in. Until next time. Yeah!